Hey, welcome to the November edition of the How to Podcast series. What are we doing this month? We're doing an episode every single day for the month of November. Yeah, that's a lot of podcast episodes, Dave. And what I want to do is I want to shine a light on amazing podcasters who are doing great things in podcasting. I want you to meet some of my friends. Now, these are friends that I've met through this podcast. These are friends that I've met by being on their show. These are friends that have been at our meetups. These are friends who I cherish and I think are people that you need to know. The best way to grow podcasting is word of mouth marketing, telling people about people's shows. That's what this is all about for the month of November. It's all word of mouth. You're going to hear from them come on and talk about their podcast. You're going to hear clips from shows. You'll have links to go follow these amazing people. And I want to give you a variety of different amazing podcasters for you to fall in love with. And you found the right spot. This is November. It's all about the listeners. It's all about you. And I want to shine a light on some amazing people. Are you ready? Okay. Let's jump into this because I think you're going to love this. And I'm glad you're here. And what I can't wait for is the day when you and I get to interact. I can't wait for us to meet each other at our meetups, online, through the link in the notes attached to this episode, where you and I can meet each other and I can be there in your corner to support you. I would love to do that. So here's another example of one of my friends at their show, and I want you to fall in love with them just as much as I have. Okay? Welcome to the How to Podcast series. It's November. It's National Podcast Post Month. It's 30 episodes in 30 days, and I want you to meet some of my favorite people in this world called podcasting. It's all about them. It's not about me. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. Check out one of my friends. You ready? You ready? Okay, here we go. Okay, so High-Fidelity Conversations with Jonathan Marsh. Jonathan has been joining us for some of our meetups over at meetup.com. You can find that through howtopodcast.ca. You can find the link. Come and join us. We have great conversation with podcasters, and Jonathan's one of those amazing people that gives up his time to come and join us in the conversation. But Jonathan hosts the High-Fidelity Conversations podcast. And it's a monthly podcast. It's for healthcare workers. So if you're in the healthcare space, this is a podcast you should check out. This is a great idea for you. It's looking at helping you in all aspects of your healthcare services and what you do for your community. And he brings in lots of great guests, lots of great topics to help you on your journey. So I give you a little snapshot, a little clip from his show to give you an idea what it sounds like. And again, links in the show notes. Go check out Jonathan's podcast, the High-Fidelity Conversations podcast. And again, Jonathan, great to have you part of our meetups. Here's a little taste of Jonathan's show. Definitely share it with your friends and family, especially if they're serving in healthcare. Podcast just for you. Here we go.
And now, on with the show.
Hello and welcome to High-Fidelity Conversations. This is a monthly podcast designed for healthcare workers looking to sharpen their minds and clinical skills. In each episode, we'll sit down and talk with an active healthcare professional as they reflect on some of their experience and expertise. We'll look to apply what we learn in a way that not only benefits you, but those around you. All healthcare specialties are fair game, so keep checking back in to see if there's a topic that's perfect for you and what you're looking for. Better yet, if you subscribe or follow the show, you'll stay up to date on not only the regular episodes, but any special bonus content that is released as well. So check out the current catalog of episodes, and until we meet again, be safe, keep learning, and don't forget to make time to take care of yourself. We'll see you next time. Well, hello and welcome to this special bonus episode of High-Fidelity Conversations. I said that a little weird. Should I re-record it, Matt? I feel like my voice...
Yeah, you kind of got too excited.
It really wanted to crack, but all right, we'll just leave it. This is a bonus episode. We're not going to stress it. So I'm your host, friendly neighborhood simulation coordinator, Jonathan Marsh. You just heard Mr. Matthew Stryker, host of a former episode that we did on, what was it called?
Adult learning theory.
Yeah, I wanted to say debriefing methods, but I'm like, no, you might have been one of them on there, but that was not your main one. At any rate, that is actually one of our popular episodes. Most popular, actually. You beat out Jeff Gamble, the Jeff Gamble, for our AHA conversations. He's in number one. The number one seed. If you want to knock them out, then start listening to other episodes. It's appreciated. Anyways, all right. So you might be wondering what all the fuss is about. Why are we doing this little bonus episode? And if I did my job right, maybe you're not, because I said it in the title and it was very clear. And you're like, oh man, it's International Podcast Day. Woo, let's celebrate. So first off, I wanted to say thank you to our listeners for continuing to support the show by listening. It's pretty cool that we have a lot of people that chime in and listen from all over the place, not just in this country, but elsewhere. That's a cool feeling. Second, go celebrate the holiday by listening to a podcast episode, whether it's ours or someone else's. Go help support someone else's content. If it's not ours, people who enjoy making podcasts enjoy having their stats go up a little bit, so go for it. Third, we wanted to do something kind of fun for today. It's like, well, this is a podcast show, and what better day to do some shenanigans than on International Podcast Day? And so I have got this borderline useless deck of cards from Poddex. Sorry, I just smashed your product there. It has got a lot of kind of inappropriate questions on there, but it's meant to be fun if you have people on the show. And you pull a card, they have to answer a question. Matt's already like getting them ready behind the scenes like a dealer. He's taking this very seriously. I'm a little concerned.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, man. So he's going to pull 3. I'm going to answer. I don't know what random question I'm going to get. I figured this might be fun, behind the scenes, get to know your host kind of thing. And then maybe I'll just throw some at Matt and we'll force him to answer some. I don't know. And then he's like, no. What do you got, Matt? He's already got 3.
Question number 1.
Have you ever been cheated on? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. Do I name names? Because relatives of this person are working within Mount Carmel currently.
Oh, wow.
So
We can change names for...
So there you go. Another episode. Another suggested podcast for you to fall in love with. Don't you love all these different, unique topics for a podcast? I love that we have all these different podcasters who really know their audience, who really know what they're talking about and who they're talking to. Jonathan has a great podcast. And here, keep this in mind. It's a monthly podcast. It's not weekly. It's not daily. It's not every 2 weeks. It's once a month. 12 episodes a year, everybody. So if you're thinking, oh, well, everyone has to do a weekly podcast. No, you don't. You can do whatever works for you and your schedule and your calendar. You can do 2 episodes a year. Every 6 months you can do an episode. It doesn't matter. And Jonathan's proving that with his show, High-Fidelity Conversations. Definitely go check it out. Go share it. Let people know about this podcast. And let Jonathan know you heard about his show here on the How to Podcast series. Please, go follow, share, like, subscribe, do all the things so you never miss an episode of Jonathan's show. And again, like I said, if you know anybody in the healthcare space, here's a podcast just for them. And I'd love for you to share it with them. Thank you for doing that. So I love being a podcaster. I love meeting these great people. And I love the fact that you press play on this episode and that you're still here. That tells me that there's something here for you. And if you're like, Dave, I want to be part of this. I want to be part of this community and I want to spend some time with you. There's a link in the show notes. It's just for you. You and I can get together and chat about your podcast, answer any questions you have. And the most important thing is we get to meet each other. So if you feel like you've been podcasting alone, you should never podcast alone. You should podcast in a group. We have a community just for you. And I, Dave, would love to be part of your community. HowToPodcast.ca is where you can find me, find our amazing community, and meet the people you've met here today on this episode. So, what are you waiting for? Stop podcasting by yourself. Reach out. I would love to talk to you. Happy National Podcast Post Month, and we'll talk soon. Thank you for being part of the community, and thank you for listening to this episode. HowToPodcast.ca. Take care.